The end is never the end. Hello everybody, it's Real Upstars and welcome to the Stanley Parable. As soon as this loads. Then you are welcome to the Stanley Parable. When this loads. Any minute now. Any minute.
This is the story of
there, you see?
Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, as long as he's happy, I guess it's okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers
cool. I stepped out of my office, guys.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I went to the meeting room, huh? This is all so interesting. Going through the open door!
Headed for the open door!
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes. Yes, that's what I wanted to do.
A room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
It's amazing, ain't it? This is an incredible place.
Yes.
That narrator,
really,
though, he's
really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But still, to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
He's so incredibly bad at following directions.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful. Aw, it starts me all the way back here. Okay, this time I'll go through the right open door.
Two open doors. He entered the door.
Left. I went through the door on my left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Hey! Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Okay. Everything's okay, guys. Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'll do what you say, man. I walked upstairs to his office. Great.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What
That
he
a
could not
cat?
have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
What?
On sheer luck.
I
Amazing.
wasn't thinking
He
that.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
By sheer luck. Where do I go? Is there anything over here? Just darkness. I'm going down, down. Going down, down on another man.
Descending deeper into the pit,
Mm.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight
Yeah,
ahead
never
through the
gonna
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I don't want to escape. Let's go to the mind control facility. That's cool. It's cooler than escaping.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did
There
he
should
have
be
the
a
strength
boss
to
setup.
find out?
I'm walking on the catwalk because I'm just
Now
saying this because I
monitors
got
jumped
nothing
to
better to
life, their
say.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number of
Hey,
an employee
fired.
in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The
I'm
lives of
427,
so many
where am I?
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Dang.
This
Boom.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions
427.
had been manipulated
There I
to
am.
accept it blindly?
Yeah. Hey, I can see my room. Here, dude.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof.
Yes.
Part of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Oh,
For he
yeah.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
For I will dismantle these controls once and for all, I say. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the hero. And everyone will know me as Stanley, the hero. Off. Oh boy.
And a rising chill
Ow.
of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself.
I have
from someone
defeated the
else's
machine.
command. Freedom was mere
Unshackled
moments
myself
away.
from someone's command.
And yet, even as the immense
Freedom
door
was
slowly opened,
moments away.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
No.
How had he been freed from the
I
machine's
don't
grasp?
know.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
Let go.
or how to feel.
No one will ever tell me where to go, what to do, and what to feel.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Through the open
Stanley
door.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh. Oh, he was happy, huh? Oh, I understand. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? I need to know if that's it. Also, I'm drinking water.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Oh my
I don't
god.
understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What? Oh my
I
god.
was so mistaken.
Burn on
This is why
Stanley.
you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the
No.
real world.
No.
Please observe this helpful
Don't edit the
instructional
game.
video.
It's fine.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, it can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice
Yes!
will you make?
Yes!
Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Hey, Jake!
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the
Yeah.
best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Okay.
Most medical professionals
smart.
recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
Yeah, I don't do that.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. This time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. Oh, I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
No.
I don't know.
No. No, 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 no,
So
no,
what
no,
do I
no,
do?
no, no,
What do
no.
I do? What do I...
You
No, I
keep
have
the
to.
game going, dude.
I
You
have to
keep it
shut
going.
the game down. I have to. I
No.
have to.
No, you don't. No. You liar! You don't know how to stop. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing, man. You don't have to. Ooh, interesting.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it
It is
was
pretty
to
funny.
be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of
Nope.
you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly.
What the fuck?
And always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly
What the
as
fuck is
Stanley would.
happening?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't.
No! Why did you do that?
Can't tell me what to
Quickly,
do.
Hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley?
Go to the door on the right.
Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Aw, you sound so sad.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
You sound so
I'll wait for
sad.
you to decide what's the right thing to do.
He sounds so sad, man. He sounds so sad, man. Is there anything I can... Oh. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay, I'm done. Quit to main menu. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this game, the Stanley Parable, it was pretty interesting. Making choices, came out differently. It was a cool game. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.